はい、どうも、ようこです。というわけで、この間、道元さんと一緒に撮った動画の中で、道元さんが国にね、アメリカに帰った時に、店員さんの距離感がめっちゃ近いと。全然見ず知らずの他人やのに、気さくに話しかけてくるみたいな話があったと思うんですけど、いわゆるスモールトークっていうやつなんですけどね。お店の店員さんなり、道端とかどっかバス停とか駅とかで、なんかたまたま近くにおった人が、全然知らない人やねんけど、なんか話しかけてくるみたいなことっていうのが、海外では普通なのかっていうのね。うち自身関西出身でね、結構そういう知らん人が話しかけてくるみたいなんて、全然普通というか、で、話しかけられても別に、なんなんとも思わんし、なんか普通に話してしまうっていうのがあって、うちも東京に来てね、その関東の人たちの話とか聞いてると結構そういうのを全然知らんのに初対面へのね、距離詰められてくるのでちょっと苦手やわっていう人が結構いるっていうことにうちもびっくりしたんですよね。今までも結構そのアメリカ人の気質と、関西人の感じはちょっと似てるよねみたいな話ってちょっとしてたと思うんですけど、他の国ってどうなんかなっていうのね、ちょっと聞いてみたくなったので、今回ね、そのキャンブリーの先生方にちょっと聞いてみました。Especially people from Eastern Japan are not a big fan of small talk with strangers, like with the people at the cashier or on the train, on the
Yeah.
random street. People from Eastern Japan often don't like that kind of stuff, but people from Western Japan are all about small talk. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I heard that some people in the UK, they don't like people strangers to come up and talk to you. So is
Okay.
that true?
I actually think that it's really dependent on where you're from. So, for
Right.
example, I really liked the comparison that you made, Tokyo and London. And it's really interesting that you said that because, I think small talk when you are on your way to work
Yeah.
is not really a thing anymore because people have their earphones in, they are on their phones,
Yeah.
texting, they want that quiet time before work or after work. So small talk, I think this is actually changing now because people are technology obsessed. So, they are much more likely to want to listen to a podcast or music on their way to work.
Yeah.
Small talk, I think it depends on where you are from as well. I think
Right.
certain areas put up with small talk more than others. Some places are friendlier, some places are not. It is a known thing in England, for example, that the north of England, where I am from, people are friendlier and people want to talk and share situations and memories. Whereas down south, it's not as common, I don't think.
Is that kind of small talk at a random places very common in Canada or?
I think so. Yeah, I've kind of learned a little bit about that kind of cultural difference. I know, again, for example, in Korea, yeah, small talk or smiling at somebody on the street or is not very common. Whereas I feel like in Canada, it is a little bit more common for sure. Again, it obviously depends on the person that you encounter. I also come from a very small town where a lot of people know a lot of people, but people are also usually very friendly and helpful. Like, I enjoy having like small talk if I'm waiting in a line or something like that, because sometimes you can make a new friend or you learn something new.
So generally speaking, Canadian people don't hold back when a stranger comes up to you and talk to you.
Yeah, like I think because we're known to be so friendly.
Yeah, what do you think about small talk then in Tokyo? Is this not something that people enjoy doing?
Well, actually, I was surprised that, a lot of people but not a big fan of small talk because, I'm from
Okay.
Western Japan myself. So, in Western Japan, people are more open and they don't, hold back when stranger come up and talk to you.
Oh,
There are some, shy people in general, but they don't hate when stranger come up and talk to you.
yeah.
So I was really surprised that, one of my friends in Tokyo told me that, yeah, it really depends on the area in Japan as
It does.
well. Yeah.
So if someone came up to you and started to ask you about the weather or ask you about, I don't know, politics or anything like this, okay, small talk, Do you think that you would be open to a conversation with this person, or are you not interested?
Well, that depends on the topic because I'm not very, a political person, so I don't think I can engage in such,
Yeah.
difficult topic. Yeah, I feel that a lot of people in Tokyo, originally from Tokyo, they don't like the idea of, stranger coming up to you and talk. Whatever the topic is, like, do I know you? Why are you talking to me? Yeah, do you feel that way if, for example, in London, stranger comes up to you and yeah.
Okay, my answer is, unfortunately, I'm going to be honest with you, really honest. So if an old woman who is elderly woman, she's very sweet, she's probably got grandchildren, and she wants to engage in conversation because she doesn't have a smartphone, she doesn't have her, her earphones in, and she is on the bus or she is walking through the park and she sits on a bench, for example.
Yeah.
And you just so happen to be sat next to this woman. Of course, I would love to engage in a conversation because this woman doesn't have her technology. She may be reading, yes, but I think it's nice because these people are used to this growing up. They have had this their whole lives where they want to engage because they have not had technology to drive them away from that. But if a man or a random stranger started engaging with me, I think it would depend on the body language. I think if they were friendly enough, I would probably have a short conversation with them. Yeah.
But you probably get uncomfortable if they're kind of flirty.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, I think so. But I think I would. I think I would engage. And if I felt uncomfortable, I would just take myself out of the situation. Oh, I noticed you have a cat right next to you. Ooh, do I have any advice? Yes, I do. I think, unfortunately, consistency, that is probably my main piece of advice. And also, you have to stop being so hard on yourself because, like I was saying before, you have to be practicing every day. And when you are living in an Asian country or, wherever you are living, you are not naturally going to be speaking the language that you are learning every day, unless maybe your partner or your children or your colleagues are also speaking English. So it will never be as natural for you as someone who is a native speaker. So you have to be kind to yourself because these things do take time. And I think being consistent with your practicing is the best piece of advice I can give you, because you practice something enough and you can be amazing, incredibly good at it. So like with anything, a musical instrument, learning a language, I don't know, playing a sport, anything, you have to practice to where you want to be. So that is basically my main piece of advice.
Just to keep at it, I see people sometimes who they want to improve, but maybe they only practice one time a week.
Yeah.
And I understand, not everybody has hours and hours of time to practice, but to try and to incorporate it into your routine and your daily life and to really try to push yourself to start even to try and think in English, whether it's maybe if you do some journaling, writing in your journal in English, or change your phone settings to English.
Yeah.
If you're going to watch a movie, put some English subtitles on.
Yeah.
I've seen something that says, if you're trying to learn something, it usually takes 4,000 repetitions of this thing for your brain to really finally just know it. But if you do it through in a game or an activity or something fun that you enjoy, it can take 25 to 30 repetitions.
Oh.
Yeah, which that's a significant decrease,
Yes.
So to try and make it fun and with something that you enjoy for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm constantly telling my audience, Rome isn't built in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Yeah, what I did to improve my, English was just watch tons of TV series and movies and just mimic whatever I hear. So
And your English is great.
Oh,
Your
thank
English is
you.
amazing.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it really
And
is.
a lot of people believe that you have to come up with that natural sentence by yourself, but that is not true. You can't just mimic whatever you hear, and when it makes sense to whoever you're talking to, then that's your vocabulary. That's how you build your vocabulary. So
absolutely. Interesting that you said that though about using TV and film to help you with your English, because this is something that everybody loves movies, everybody loves TV series, everybody loves Netflix. And combining a love of watching TV and entertainment with learning a language actually must make it so much more fun, I can imagine. I don't know if subconsciously, you're watching TV and then you have the subtitles at the bottom. If this subconsciously does help you, but it worked for you, so I'm sure it would work for others as well.
Yeah, I believe so. はい。というわけでね、エラ先生も言ってましたけど、やっぱ結構地方によって違うと、特にそのイギリスもその南の方やとあんまり知らない人に対してオープンじゃないような雰囲気があるよねっていう話でした。前の道元さんの動画の時はやっぱりそのアメリカ人に馴染むならみたいな話やったんで、どうしてもガツガツいく感じがあった方が上達しやすいよねみたいな話があったと思うんですけど、英語圏でも国と地域によってちょっと違ってたりとかするので、これから留学を考えている人とかもね、そのご自身の性格に合った地域っていうのを会うと、より現地での英語も上達しやすくなると思うので、参考になったらいいなと思います。今回の先生も言ってたみたいに、もうスルスルと言葉が口をついて出てくるようになるまで、やっぱりどうしてもね、ある程度の時間練習は必要になってきます。もういきなりパッてできるようにはならないので、これからね、旅行とか、留学とか考えてる人、繰り返し何回もできるようになるまで何回もやるっていうのはどうしても必要になってくることなんですよね。道元さんの動画でも言ってましたけど、目標を決めて打ち込むっていうのはやっぱりすごい効果が出やすい方法やなと思うわけなんですよね。特定の単語の発音ができるようになりたいのか、特定の文章をスラスラ読めるようになりたいのかとか、特定の構文が使いこなせるようになりたいのかっていうレッスンごとに今日はこれやりたいねんっていう目標が明確であればあるほど先生たちもねしっかりと向き合ってくれると思うので、ただ漠然ととりあえずネイティブで話してみようみたいな感じで行くのではなくて、先生たちのね経験とかスキルっていうのを最大限活かすためにも、その自分が今回のレッスンで何を得たいのかっていうのを明確にした状態で臨むのがいいんじゃないかなと思います。今日11月25日から30日までキャンブリーでブラックフライデーのセールがやってまして、1年コースが半額でこの期間は申し込むことができるんですね。なんでもうそろそろほんまに英語を勉強したいわっていう人とかね、その1回やってみたけどちょっと挫折してしまった人とかもう1回ねちょっと1レッスンごとに目標を決めながらねやっていくとついてくる効果も全然違うと思うのでね、このブラックフライデーを機にねもう1回英語に取り組んでみませんかということでね、はい、ぜひうちのプロモーションコードを使ってCamblyね試していただけたらなと思います。 Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.